Let us welcome the last speaker. The last speaker is Ms. Hinano Sugimoto. Her speech title is More Than Charity. More Than Charity. So, Ms. Sugimoto, please.
Thank you, Master of the Ceremonies, and distinguished judges and a questioner. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine one evening in a shopping center. You find a donation box after doing some shopping. You decide to give money because you had some spare change in your pocket. However, the moment you finished contributing, you completely forget about the people you've just supported and switch to thinking of a street dinner or something else trivial. You were just satisfied with the fact that you've done something good. This was how I viewed charity before, and I bet many of you see charity in this way. These days, charity is becoming more and more prevalent to us. According to research by the Cabinet Office, about 80% of people in Japan have donated to charity. However, is this kind of charity really the best way to help people? Actually, one experience made me realize that the attitude that I held towards charity was completely wrong. Today, I want to share one little tip that can change the quality of charity dramatically. Here's my experience. I was the leader of a volunteer group during my high school days. There, I had the chance to cooperate with a stationery company for a project. Our volunteer group asked our school students to bring stationery they wouldn't use anymore and send it to an orphanage in the Philippines, which the company appointed a Japanese woman to assist in the process. Many students supported this project, and they contributed a huge quantity of stationery. Isn't it wonderful? A few months later, I got a DVD from the orphanage. To be honest, I thought there must be something wonderful in the video, such as the children showing their gratitude to us. So I hurried to my house, put it into my computer, and pushed the start button. It was only a 30-second video. All the orphans and the Japanese women had gathered to say, "Thank you so much," without smiling. I was confused. I asked the Japanese woman what the matter was and why they weren't excited. She told me how they felt. They were happy about having new stationery, but they were mostly confused. They couldn't understand why someone whom they had never met before would give them so much stationery, even though it was still usable. They were just confused. From this experience, I found that sometimes our help doesn't work as expected. Furthermore, I realized that this happened because my attitude towards this project was totally wrong. Charity is not for us. It's for those who are in need. However, looking back on what I had done, I didn't care about how they felt. I was just satisfied with the fact that I've sent stationery. According to a study by Stanford University, most people contribute to charity for their own self-satisfaction and don't truly care about the people who they supported so much. Members of the audience, we need to reconsider what charity is. According to the Japan Association of Charitable Organizations, charity is defined as voluntary action to help the poor. And by this definition, I think the important thing is not what we do, but the fact that people who we support are helped. However, because we so often think only of ourselves, sometimes this is not achieved. Some people may think that action is not for charity because action often directly connects to help. However, there are many cases that our help doesn't give the intended result, such as charity fraud, or ends up causing confusion or even anger, like in my experience. Let's look at another case. Nikkei Medical reported that when the Great East Japan earthquake happened, people in Tohoku sometimes had trouble with some support from other areas. For example, frozen food was a little problematic because many of them didn't have refrigerators. Unwashed blankets also cause issues because they are appalled that they have received dirty blankets from complete strangers. This support from other areas made them feel upset or even outraged. However, these cases, including my own experience, can be prevented if we truly care about the people who we support and have consideration for. Let's go back to my own experience. In my case, they were confused because they got stationery from complete strangers. So I thought we should make a connection. We wrote letters to bond with them. We sent pictures to introduce ourselves. We sent origami with cards that explain how to play with them to let the children see us closer. And it actually worked. Unlike the previous time, the picture from them was full of their smiles. Letters were full of their love. I felt that I was able to take their confusion away. I'm convinced that this attitude is what's needed when you donate to charity. Not only making contribution, but also employing compassion to help people in the best possible way. If you think more, you can find so many ways to better a charity. For example, when donating money, check how the organization uses your money. Avoid charities which abuse their status as much as you can, and choose the one that promotes the best happiness. When you donate, you can add letters or something to lift their spirits like I did. In addition, think about whether those whom you help will be offended or not. Is it clean? Is it really needed? Whatever you do, it's best if you truly care about the people who you support. Donating to charity is not enough. We need to adopt this new attitude to help people in the best possible way. So, from now on, why don't we all add our own little twist to help better charities? Thank you.
Now we will have the question and answer session. Mr. Tamura, please.
Hello, Hinano-san. How are you today?
I'm a little nervous, but I'm fine.
Okay, all right. Thanks for sharing the importance lesson that you learned through charity event. My question is that, generally speaking, what is the main purpose of charity?
Okay, I heard that some NG report said that the upper 20% people possess about 95% wealth in the world, while other 80% possess only 5% wealth. And this is so unfair. And I think to reduce this, I think the best effective way is to go there and like change the society or something like that. But you know, for many of us, it's so difficult. But charity is very easiest way for us. And as many of you know, that many of us are in like upper 20% people. So I think like we should reduce this gap, economic gap. So, and I think the charity is very easiest way and effective way.
Okay, so redistribution of wealth
Yes.
Okay, that's the purpose. All right.
Yes.
When you were the leader of the charity,
Yes.
how did you decide where the money goes? How did you decide? What is the criteria that you made a decision?
About this or
About
every
a stationery?
About
When
stationery.
you were talking about the story and you sent the stationery to the country.
Yeah.
How did you decide?
Okay, actually, we searched a lot, and I heard the trigger is that there are so many cram school who gives us erasers or pencils to to advertise the cram school to all of the students, and I saw that at the moment they receive that, they throw to the garbage, and I thought that it's so I thought that we should send to the children in the Philippines or somewhere, and it can be used in more effective way. So I searched a lot with my members of the volunteer group, and I decided.
All right, last question. So you can use this question and to repeat your core message, and you're going to make a 1-minute speech, okay? Here is the statement. Okay. The best way to make a charity event successful is to send them money, not a thing. Okay. So the best way to collect money as much as possible is to make the donators happy instead of make the receivers happy. That is the best way to collect as much money as possible. So the charity should be designed for the person who gives money instead of the person who receives the money. What do you think?
I think that's very I think that it's necessary for donators to be happy to collect much money, but I think these days many people forget about the people who support too much. I mean, yeah, I know that it's very important to be happy, but I think charity is for people who we support. So I want all of you to reconsider what charity is and think more about charity. So that's
all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tamura. The Q&A session is over. Thank you, Ms. Sugimoto.